Thank you, Kate, for meeting with me today. Before we start, would you be able to give a quick introduction, your name, your role, and the workspace you represent?
No, thanks so much, Ophelia. I'm Kate. I'm the founder of WorkLife. We are a network of regional co-working spaces in the south coast of New South Wales. We started back in 2017, so we've been doing it for a little while. And we are we're a registered B Corp. We're very passionate about the social enterprise space. And yes, so this award was right up our alley. I'm very excited to talk to you about it.
And so your award was the Diversity and Inclusion Award. Why was it meaningful to you to win this award?
This is the reason that I run this business is to be part of the economic infrastructure in our regional towns that we operate in. It's really nice to be able to take things that you are personally passionate about and which really reflect your values and to be able to turn them into a sustainable business practice. Look, I would have been delighted to win in some of the other categories. I regularly enter awards. I'm a big fan of them. And but this one felt very, very close to our heart. And so yeah, for me, it's certainly a trophy I'm pretty proud of.
And how are you planning to build on your success, like in this area? So you have lots of from your application, you have quite a few things you've put in place around diversity and inclusion. Like, will you do more? Like, what's your plan?
Over the last few years, we've been doing a lot of kind of experimentation, basically. This next period of time is really going to be about consolidating some of the programs and initiatives that we know really work well for our business and for the community and for the impact that we're trying to have generally. In particular, I'm really leaning into the community partnerships, which we have at WorkLife. So, each one of our locations has a series of resident community groups, not for profits, organisations, or causes. They're always place based. They're always really connected to the interests of our community in each location that we're based in. And we offer WorkLife as basically their headquarters for their operations. And by growing volunteer bases, by growing awareness, by lending our marketing channels to those community groups, we really create the sort of diverse communities in our spaces that we like to be able to see in the villages and towns that we're in. So that's really important to me. It's been really great to be able to continue to support women working, kind of re-entering the workplace or being able to kind of come back or to be able to juggle caring responsibilities and work. So certainly that part of our operations is just a very easy win-win. Great way to be able to get super qualified and really committed women who are deeply connected to their community and to give them really meaningful and well-paid work. So I think they're probably two of the programs which we've really just like absolutely bedded down, fundamental to the way we work. And I think there are lots of things there that other co-working spaces and other flexible workspaces can kind of lean into, learn from, and emulate in their own spaces.
Do you have any advice for those, like for someone who's new to co-working or who new to implementing those sort of initiative? Do you have any advice or tips you could give?
Follow the lead of your own community and your own community managers, and things will never feel like hard work. They'll always feel like they are authentic and they are connected to the places that you are in. So, for instance, Coaldale is like a beachside community, and so we have long-standing community partnerships there with the Coaldale Women's Wave soccer team. And that just feels really kind of like right to the community and some of the interests of our members. In Berry, it's the Writers' Festival. In Picton at the moment, it's an organisation, Picton Alive, which was created to support youth road safety after a terrible accident up there. So yeah, I've just always got my ear to the ground for the causes in the actual communities that we're working in, and then whatever the passions and interests of my community members or our members that are working in the spaces, I follow those, and then it doesn't feel like everything is resting on my shoulders, and it feels like each one of our spaces has got a really unique character, which is really distinct to the area that we're working in. So my advice would be listen to your community, listen to your community managers, and lean heavily on what is real. local for you?
And from employee perspective, like, do you, because they work on different things, like how do you align them all, or they all have their line of work, they look after one space, like how does that work? And yeah, it's
We
a
have a bit of a we've got a bit of a novel system. I am a like I am a, you know, one of those very many people diagnosed as having ADHD, and you're kind of, you know, in your sort of mid 40s, and so I have a real appreciation of the diverse neurodiversity, I think, of so many people in the kind of community now. I've come to that quite late, but passionately. Um, and so, what I tend to do is we have for WorkLife a standard operating procedure, like a manual of all of the tasks. There are 200 different things that have to be done, basically, on a weekly, fortnightly, kind of quarterly, annually basis. And depending on a sort of personality assessments and skill assessments that we do with staff when they join the team, I basically farm out jobs to the things that people are most naturally aligned to. And then I pick up the bits that are left. So, and we do these 90-day planning sessions. So once a quarter, we kind of come together. Sometimes people's working hours are sort of someone's going from 3 days a week to 2 days a week, or, you know, there's a new person joining the team. And so we don't throw all the cards back up in the air every 90 days, but we certainly give people a chance to realign their work with the things that they are naturally more drawn to and that really reflect their own kind of skills and interests. And then we carve up the kind of less fun bits between us quite fairly. But I find that rather than employing for a specific job description, everyone's a community manager. It's quite a flat structure, but we definitely have kind of areas of expertise which we divide up between the three different locations, so that yeah, day-to-day management's done by everybody, but we all have specialties and areas of expertise which we get to spend our time with. And oh, mate, it's so much easier managing people who are good at what they do and enjoy what they do and have opted into the tasks that they do. It's great.
And from a co-working perspective now,
Mm.
what do you see as the next big trend, or is there anything shifting in the industry from your perspective at the moment?
Yeah, look, I can see that the industry is consolidating and fragmenting at the same time. So the big players are getting bigger, and the distinctiveness of us small independent operators has never been more kind of like vital to our success or more needed in small communities. So yeah, the big picture trend that I see is that if you are small, you better be really, really clear about being very place-based, about being very distinct about who your kind of ideal members are and why you're the perfect home base for them to work. Because the big guys are getting bigger, and but they're also getting lots more generic in terms of an experience. So I'm really leaning in hard to social impact, to our kind of social enterprise model, to the fact that I know that we have got impact in our communities, which is really valued and really felt, and that we know people really individually. We act as like a kind of, you know, life and community concierge for our members, and that's the sort of kind of, I mean, hospitality is a funny word, maybe gets a bit overused, but it's the sort of high touch customer service that I think will really differentiate small and independent operators from an industry that's got an exciting future. But yes, definitely being sustainable and small is hard, and this is how we're going to do it.
And what are your hopes for the future of the co-working sector?
That I think that the future really needs us to have hyper-local, resilient, and diverse economies, and people who are able to live and work in the same community are able to live much more connected, kind of balanced, productive lives. And so I really see co-working, particularly small place-based co-working communities, as being an essential part of the economic infrastructure for Australia. It's certainly a huge boon for suburbs and regions and rural communities. And so I really look forward to us being seen as the kind of productivity powerhouse and kind of community connection and community resilience network that we are.
And is there any things you would like to see changing in the co-working industry as it continues to evolve and mature?
Oh, mate, I would love for revenues to go up and for costs to go down. That's the kind of sad answer, to be perfectly honest. I mean, the last few years, the sort of margin is getting harder and harder to find, which is making us having to be increasingly kind of flexible and innovative and diverse in the sort of ways in which we squeeze every dollar out of the physical space that we have. So until we can get to a point where maybe commercial real estate has a little bit of a reality check about how much you're supposed to pay as rent. I think we're just going to have to keep on working harder and smarter and make sure that there's not too much of the day where we're not turning a dollar out of the space.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And last question, where have you probably shown your award? Is it in
Oh gosh.
your places?
So because we've got three different locations, we have a trophy cabinet. And I have our award since we've won it has been to two of our locations, but it hasn't yet to been to the third one. And because Flexible Workspace Australia is the kind of national industry body, the rest of the awards that we've won tend to have been from local Chamber of Commerce awards or things like that, or kind of, appreciation for sponsorships and supports we've given in our community. This one's really great. It's the first one that has been a national award that applies to all three of our spaces. So, yes, it's gone on a tour of the trophy cabinets at WorkLife.
That's great. Well, thank you, Kate. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for organising this year, Ophelia. It was just amazing to see so many other awards go in, and yeah, chuffed and very proud of this one for our team, and excited to see, yeah, many more people enter next year.